All right, IFO fans, I have three beautiful roses in here. In the TED edition, TED is very important to Vietnamese people. And that's why you are so special on our show. Special guest, representative for the beauty, for the intelligent, and for the open-minded to the world. I love to seeing that in the young generation, and glad to have you here. Three beautiful ladies coming from the Miss Jam 2024. I have in here the first runner-up, Alana Moore from Australia.
Hello.
And the second runner-up, very familiar face to the Vietnamese media. I'm so admire you, Quỳnh Nga. And we have the Miss Charm 2024. She's from Malaysia. She's Rasmita. All right, and in the show today we have some representatives. We have my beloved student from Vin Uni. They're so curious about the career path. What motivates them as the young people on the journey to exploring the world. Glad to have you here. Let's have a talk on the beginning of beauty journey. When did you first start to feel like, oh, I'm beautiful in my way, and then I want to show it to the world. I want to do the catwalk every day.
Okay.
I want to see the moment.
You want me to start?
Yeah, you should start.
I think in terms of realizing that you're beautiful, it is always changing. You've always got your days where you feel like, oh, I'm not worthy enough. But I think that pageants give you a platform to show that it's okay, whether or not you feel beautiful or not. What matters is the content inside you, your confidence, and what you can give to the world. It's not about showing perfection. We all have our down days, and I think we can all agree that there's been times even through this journey where we might have felt a little bit insecure. So in terms of feeling ready to get up on stage and put yourself out there, there's never really a time, and I think that's something that you've got to accept, is there's never going to be a time where you feel like you're 100% right. You just have to have faith in yourself and have trust in your ability to just go for it. And I think that's what I realized, and why I ended up putting myself out there was I was like, if not now, then when am I going to do that? So that's how I came into this sort of platform and this sort of arena. And then my confidence grew, and I felt my uniqueness is what makes me beautiful. So yeah, do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. So the question was when I started.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think, just like Alana said, I don't think there is a specific time of when, because I do have my days where I feel really insecure, I feel down, but then there are days where I feel amazing and great. So I think it all comes down with how much of self-belief you cultivate within yourself. So it is a journey. Some girls actually have it really hard because, you know, they tend to compare themselves, and with the generation now, the culture now, everything is based off appearance, sadly. So I think it all comes down to how you feel about yourself, and you must have that sense of positivity and that sense of belief in
Good
you.
self-concept.
Yeah, because if you keep feeling down about yourself, I'm so sorry to say, but you're not going to flourish in your life, because, you know, whatever you do, it is reflected with how you feel within yourself. So when I had my days, I always went in front of the mirror. I looked at myself and I just said, you are beautiful and you're destined for great things. Just keep believing in yourself and work hard towards your passion and belief. So how I came into the pageantry industry, well, like I said, ever since small I wanted to be on stage, and I was very, very passionate about modeling and this beauty pageant industry. But I always put my education first. So right after I finished my degree, I joined the national pageant, and I actually studied on which pageant. I was very keen on Miss Charm, and thankfully I won Miss Charm Malaysia. And then I came to the internationals and I won Miss Charm. Yeah, so that's how it is. Yeah.
I actually had like an exact period of time that I realized that I was beautiful and I am beautiful. So that was when, like, during my undergrad time when I was like a third-year student. Before that, I used to be like a girl who lived in her small world, like in a small shell. Like I didn't really care about like my appearance and stuff. I wore all the hip hop clothing and stuff, and like I was like really shy, really like reserved, really shy to talk to like strangers. But then when my classmates started to like push me to join in the school pageant, I thought it would be like a fun experience for me. And so during that time, like while I participating in the beauty pageant, I realized that I was capable of doing a lot of things, like performing on the stage, doing many like cool photo shoots, being beautiful on the photos and stuff. And then like after that, I kind of somehow like grew confidence in myself, and I knew that I was capable of doing more. And so I kept doing the pageants, and the more I did it, the more I realized that I have a lot of unique values that I could contribute to the society. I have a lot of unique beauty that I have inside myself. And so when I started to believe in myself, just like you guys said, I realized that I'm beautiful.
Thank you so much. I really enjoy seeing those moments reflected, flashback, right? Yeah, and it's very beautiful seeing you guys shine on the Miss Charm 2024. Reflect on that. What was your first thought when your name was announced?
My first thought when I was announced as the winner, or when I was...
The winner.
Well...
with Miss Luma Russo to present the award to our winner, Miss Malaysia.
Yeah.
She hugged me so tight that I don't think I could breathe for a solid 3 seconds.
Well, you know, when we both were holding hands, honestly, deep down, I was happy being in that position, even if I was runner-up or winner. And I was happy for her as well, because I know how hard all of us have worked for this. But when my name was announced, I think it was just pure happiness. And I think it's the feeling of, wow, everything has been paid off. Because it was more than a year journey for me. And I actually did, there's a lot of sacrifices that was made along the way, a lot of hard work, and a lot of time that was spent. And the things that I've sacrificed is something that is really, really valuable, honestly. So, you know, when Malaysia was announced, it was just a sense of relief and happiness. And I hugged her really tightly. And I started crying, actually. But I didn't want the camera to catch me crying, so I just buried my face in her shoulder. And I kind of strangled her, which I'm so sorry for. But yeah, it was really pure happiness. And to be honest, I'm still in shock. Yeah, I was actually really shocked.
It's very good to see, right? The whole journey, and then come to the end. And we look back, we're so happy. And we're so proud of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that experience. You decided to step out your comfort zone and then enter a beauty pageant and come to a very long journey. Tell us about the experience that you have from the contest.
Yeah. From this contest or leading up to it?
Yeah, leading up to it.
Leading up to it? Okay. I always say my journey was a little bit different because I only had a month to prepare for Miss Charm, whereas I knew I was competing against some girls that had the title already for a year. So I always thought, like, wow, how am I going to compete with that? But what I had told myself was that I'm going to come and I'm going to be me, and if that's not what they want, then that's okay, because I will leave and I'll find a different path. I just knew that with or without this platform, I'll be okay. And I think that's something that you've always got to do in life. You've got to know that regardless of the outcome, your worth doesn't lie on that title. So I think even when I was holding Rashmida's hand, I knew she's a great woman. Even if she wins, I'm so happy because the whole program is about women supporting women. So it's not just her win. I feel I've won as well, yeah. So I think coming into the pageant and knowing I only had a month, I was okay with that because I didn't have that preconception of what I wanted it to be, and that worked out the best for me, and it has been the best way that I've done a pageant before as well. And I think that that's what Miss Charm fell in love with inside me, was my authenticity. And going forward, that's taught me a valuable lesson as well, to be authentic and to be true with myself, and the right path and the right journey will follow. And this ended up being the right path and the right journey for me and the right fit. And all those other lessons that I had previously led me to this and were able to make me be up there with Rash holding her hand as she strangles me. But yeah, so it was a lot of hard work obviously that month to catch up to the girls, but it's never hard to be yourself. So I think that's why it wasn't tiring for me, and I was able to do it in that month.
Yeah. You wanna go? Yeah.
So same question.
Seriously, I'm mesmerized by your stories. You know what? Because we're from Vietnam, and let's say in the scene of 15 years ago, people think about the beauty contest in Vietnam. They, on the contestant, they are not good enough in verbal communication.
Okay.
Yeah, they feel so awkward when answer the very big question just like this. But looking at them, they show their confidence. They show their own personal stories, very inspiring. And I'm a lecturer in communication, and your verbal communication skills is really great. You know how to tell the story, and the voice, the tone, the accent, everything's great. And I'm so excited to see another version of you as a journalist.
Thank you.
On TV, you're so confident.
Oh,
Globally,
thank you
hopefully
so
in the
much.
future.
Thank you.
So the reason why people nowadays they're looking at the contest, because they not only just see the beauty. Of course, you are so beautiful. Oh my God! But they love to see the inner beauty more, right? So they will not see the solidarity in the relationship that women can give to the women in the pageant contest, just like this. They love to see that, and they love to see how powerful a woman can do, right? And you bring the story to the case, right? And that's very inspiring.
Yeah, that was actually my top, sorry, my question in the top 6 was similar to that. It was, what was it? It was, do you think beauty can change the world? Yeah, and I sort of touched on how, yes, beauty commands attention, but it's what you do with that attention that really matters, which I think is what you're touching on as well, and why pageants are still a thing, because it gives women a platform to use their voice. And I think a lot of the time people think negatively about pageants because they do think it is just about the beauty. But when you actually get to know us, I mean, we're all studying, we work in such amazing fields of life. So we're using our looks to get your attention, to show us what is really inside. Yeah, and I think every woman is beautiful, and we should listen to every single one of them. And if that means that we have to get on a stage and also flaunt what we've got, then so be it. As long as you can hear us, I think is what we do it for.
I also want to add, the pageants previously, I think it is very revolutionized right now, the pageants, because they really focus on who you are as a person. Because all the women that come, they are beautiful. If not, why are they there? So it's all about how you are beautiful in the inside, which showcases outside. And that is what it focuses. And it is really important that a person who is going to be representing a certain brand or an organization, they are looking for someone who is able to influence other women and other people out there. So, for that, you have to have really good communication skills. So, I think beauty pageant, those girls that join beauty pageant and train and all, they are actually an all-rounder. You need to speak well, you need to look good, you need to look polished, you need to have good skills. So, it takes a lot of hard work and effort. Nobody sees what goes on at the back of a beauty pageant, the preparation and what we do to actually get there to perform. So all they see is the finale, and they make judgment based on that, which is totally wrong. And I think people should really know, all of us that are there on stage, we are actually winners, because the amount of hard work, the amount of dedication and time that has been spent is truly, it's no other words. Only we know how much of effort and hard work has been put into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think that the idea of beauty pageant is also changing. So whenever we talk about beauty, it's not only about like beauty of appearance, but also like the beauty of kindness, beauty of wisdom, and even like beauty of diversity that we are celebrating in an international beauty pageant. Because we have like many women from different countries all around the world, with different cultures, different skin colors, different body shapes. Yeah, so I think that altogether they will like help women with these unique beauties to influence others, like not only by their appearance but also like what inside them. Yeah.
Great. I want Quỳnh Nga hold the mic, because the next question I want to ask her, because it's very beautiful to see you guys bring everything that you got to the show, to the stage. Including your talent, your charm, your personality, your charisma, and also your nationalism, your patriotism. And you won the national costume. Congratulations. So I really want to ask about the nationalism that you really want to bring to every contest representing Vietnam.
You mean like the national costume, like the meaning behind it? Yeah. So actually it was back to 2020 when I first became the representative of Vietnam at Miss Charm, and I talked to a local designer named Lê Long Dũng, and he was really famous in Vietnam for making beautiful national costumes. And back at that time, he looked at me and he saw like some kind of like the purity inside myself, and he think that it would be like really great to relate myself to like a kind of flower. And that was when he had the idea of Vũ điệu hoa ban. So I don't know hoa ban, what it is in English, but it is kind of a flower which is really beautiful in the mountainous areas in Vietnam. And so he combined that idea with the patterns of ethnic minority communities in the mountainous area in Vietnam, and create like something that fits me, that can convey the purity that he see inside myself. And also like even like the hat, he combined with some traditional hat of the northern area in Vietnam. So that is like a combination of many traditional values of Vietnamese people. And when I first saw that costume, I was like, wow, I am going to wear this costume on the stage representing my country, so I have to do it well. And I think that because of that, I can feel like the spirit of the costume and performed well in the semi-final.
See, she understands really well the story behind that costume, and I can see the nationalism in the way that you tell the story, right? And that's how you win it, right? Okay, another skill that I think a lot of youngsters nowadays, they are so concerned, very short-minded, and they told themselves they cannot communicate well. And another problem that they blame, I'm so introverted, and then there's no way for me to be a beauty queen joining a pageant. So, give them some advice from your perspective. Are you introverted?
I can go first.
Yeah. You should share.
I'm like extremely introverted because I have always been like a shy person. But I think that sometimes you need to like be open with the world, like step out of your comfort zone, step out of your shell, and really be open-minded to like anything that can come to you. So for myself, because I could overcome my shyness and my insecurity about myself, I competed in the beauty pageants, and it gave me a lot of opportunities. Like for example, working in the Vietnam television, became a news anchor representing in front of millions of people on TV. And so I think that these experiences helped me to grow more and to become a better version of myself. So I think that just do it. Don't think about anything. Just do it. Just like step out of your comfort zone, see what the world can like offer you, and you will learn a lot of things from them.
You should do it.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, like how Nike says, just do it. Well, I think, yeah, I do agree with you, because the current generation tend to give excuses saying that, you're introvert, I don't really communicate much, you're being very shy. I think for me, what I believe personally is that if you want something, you got to work and you got to do it. So don't give excuses, don't give reasons, because that's going to push you even further. So like me, myself, I never really had the confidence to go up front in a stage and actually walk and talk and put myself out there. In fact, when I was in high school, I had really bad insecurity issues. I was shy. I was in fact an introvert. I didn't really go out much. I was very studious. I was actually a nerd at school. So you can imagine how I was indoors, just studying and studying and studying my life away. But I think, deep down in me, I had this passion and dream that I really wanted to achieve and I wanted to do. And thankfully for me, I had a very supportive family. So my mom actually pushed me because she knew I had this love for modeling and all that. So at the age of 18, she actually found me my first job. So she sent my pictures without asking me for an advertisement, and I got the advertisement. So I was really nervous and I didn't want to do it, but my mom, she just kept pushing me and I did it. And when I did it, I told myself, what, this feels good and I want to continue. So I broke out of my shell. So I think to the younger people out there, if you're actually dreaming about doing something, and do not give excuses, just like Nga said, just do it. If it's not now, then when are you going to start? You just have to start. Do not think, do not plan when you want to do it. Just start and everything will just fall in place. Yeah.
I think for me, to many people's surprise, I was such an anxious child growing up and I was super, super shy. The idea of doing any extracurricular activities would honestly make me vomit. I was that terrified of doing anything that would put me out of my shell. And I remember watching Victoria's Secret and the beauty pageants and all of that and just thinking, gosh, I wish one day I could be as bold and as brave and as beautiful as these women were. And it's okay to be an introvert, it's okay to be an extrovert, be who you are. And I think that's what made me feel more secure going forward in life and achieving anything I've achieved, not even just pageants, but through any career that I've taken. I've done it being me. If I'm a little bit more shy, that's okay. Yeah. You don't need to be the loudest in the room to command the attention that you need. You just need to be your authentic self and then everything will follow through. So for me, it was just learning to accept that. And then as I started working in a full-time job, I learnt more that I was worthy of being in those spaces. And then my confidence grew, my people skills grew, my resilience grew, my goal setting grew, all of these key aspects that are crucial in your life to be flourishing into an amazing young woman, I learnt along the way. And I think that all those aspects gave me the confidence to do anything now. I don't get anxious and feel like I'm gonna vomit when I do things anymore. And if I could tell young Alana that, she would be so shocked. And I think that from learning those things, it's been my duty and I feel like my calling to teach other young women that as well, because it was such a sad and sheltered time of my life, to be honest, and I never want another young girl to ever feel that way. So I felt like it was my duty to learn those skills, and I think it's all of our duty to learn those skills so that other young girls don't have to grow up in a society where they feel like they can't be themselves. So even if you are an introvert, be the introvert and be the best introvert you could ever be. Don't feel like you have to change who you are to fit in, because what you want to do will find you. But just have the confidence to try at least and push yourself a little bit every single day. It just takes a little bit every day and you'll grow.
Thank you so much. And remember, just do it. Now or never. Yeah, it's now or never. And I do believe in the way that you showcase your confidence. And you remember that behind every post, every photo on social media, there will be different stories. they can be very active even though they are introverted, right? And very inspiring. Thank you so much. Okay. And it's more than just a message. I think people are still stereotyped from what the public figure, just like you are. Now you're in the spotlight, so everything is in the spotlight. So they look at you just like the role model, and they don't really think that that's the way that people treat themselves authentically, right? So from your story being told, I can feel like, oh, that the authenticity, that's something they bring to the contest, and that make them so proud of, right?
Yeah. I think
and they are themselves in here onto social media, and they don't care about people looking at themselves, and they just live their life.
Itself focuses on like beauty with freedom. You know, that's what we always speak about, and we always emphasize on authenticity and being your real self, being your true self. So I think the organization, you know, throughout our pageant week, they actually let us be ourselves, because they encouraged us. You know, they gave us that feeling of comfortability for us to actually shine ourselves throughout the pageant week. So I think with that, we got to know a lot more personalities, and we actually had a fun time. So I think, you know, like you said, it's very important for you to feel comfortable in who you are. So like no matter what you do, you know, be comfortable in your own skin and showcase you, because that's what makes you unique. Yeah, so.
And now big network of the beauty queen, right? A big network of you guys sharing the same vision. And looking forward, now you have the power, and the power is being interconnected. Talking about the impact that you expect to see in the world and to see in your own world, your own career path, your own journey. What impact you want to see?
What impact I want to see? Well, of course, I want to see some changes with the impact that I'm going to be making. So not only in my career path, but I think I'm going to be focused more of what I plan to preach about and influence about, which is, for me, education is very dear to me. And I think education is one of the aspects that bridges everything as one, which is something that we also talk about, which is the tourism and culture as well. And I think what I want to do is, I want to influence people's mind, especially the young generation's minds, on the importance of culture and tourism. You know, like, this is also my answer for the Topsy's question, which was, you know, what I really notice, and what a lot of us notice, is that the younger generation they tend to lose their roots. They forget who they are, tend to be, they don't really embrace their culture, which is not good. So I want to influence the young generation's mind, you know, to be proud of who you are and to carry on that forward. Yeah, that is the impact I actually want to make. Yeah.
So for me, doing something to contribute to the educational development has always been my passion, and I really want to use my influence after Miss Charm 2024 to maybe provide more equal opportunities for students, for especially underprivileged children in remote areas in Vietnam, and in also like other developing countries, regions, that these children need chances to go to school, like provide them opportunities to access the best facilities for school, access the best quality for school. And that is what I really want to do after Miss Charm, and even like in the long term. And also I want to maybe accompany with these ladies to promote culture and tourism in not only Vietnam, but also other countries too. Wherever we go to, the US maybe, Malaysia, Australia, we want to promote the culture and the tourism in those countries.
Great. Alana?
I think we all love the aspect of education, clearly.
Me included.
Yeah, we all love education. We're all always learning, and I think that's something that's really beautiful, and it's something that around the world we can relate to, is we're all always learning. And I think that for me, I've been a really big advocate for the idea of social and emotional learning. So, of course, we have our traditional education in schools, but what about our minds? What about who we are? What about our mental health and that mental aspect? So that's something that I've been passionate about, because I think that those two aspects of education and social and emotional learning should work in tandem together, because once you learn everything from school, you're out in the real world, then what? You've got to deal with clients, you've got to deal with customers, you've got to deal with all of these interactions that you have, and not all of us are equipped for that. I mean, for me, it took me learning on the job, and I think that we go through so much time in school that if we learnt that in tandem with traditional education, then we would be much better equipped and ready to conquer things in the world. So that's an aspect that I love. And then obviously Miss Charm stands for culture and tourism as well. And I think that education can bridge those, like Rashmita was saying. Once you feel confident in yourself, both emotionally, educationally, you can also be in touch with your culture and be able to experience more locations and bridge out into different aspects of the world. So I think that's something that I want to change. It's just feeling more confident, like we keep on saying, in yourself. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your sharing, very inspiring. And the reason why I'm asking about impact, because impact would be something that you expect to see in the future. And you see it very clear. You can describe it in every single details. And that's the most beautiful thing that we see in you. You see your journey and you just do it afterwards. So I do believe in the beauty of imagination. When you were small, people imagine really well. And we lose that after time. But then, now you flourish again on the contest, and then you can imagine really well. Step 2, you execute it really well using your creativity and your talent as well. And number 3, the collaboration. Now you become a big network of beauty representative, but also representative for kindness, representative for the enthusiasm and the education spirit. Thank you, edutainer. I would call you guys edutainer because very nice combination of educator and entertainer. You bring everything entertaining to the show, but then after that, very deep details and then very inspirational. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you so much for having us. It was the best time.
Okay, Ted is coming. The wish for a Vietnamese IFO fan, the one who looking forward to you as the role model. Any inspirational message for them at the threshold of Ted, very meaningful event in Vietnam at the end of the year.
Okay, the Lunar New Year.
Yeah, Lunar New Year.
I feel like I've spoken a lot.
So for Lunar New Year, I wish everyone health, wealth,
Prosperity.
and a lot of love from like people around you. And remember to be confident about yourself. Yeah.
Feel the love in the air. Thank you, Quỳnh Nga. And your wish?
Well, Lunar New Year, it's a new year, so start off with a fresh mind, start off with new spirit and with real new goals, and make sure you fulfill those goals. The most important thing is to just start and to always believe in yourself. And I always preach about this. Always put in the hard work because it will eventually pay off. So never ever give up. Yeah, failure comes, but that is something that you learn throughout the whole way, and that's what makes you better. So never ever give up despite how many times you fall. Get back up. Yeah.
Alana.
Oh, okay. For of course, I wish all these things that the girls have just stated. And I wish that you have the courage and the bravery to dream really big in the new year and the confidence to go after those dreams. And I wish that you feel aligned with your goals and that you feel like you've got the tools to be able to go after those goals and be able to set yourself forward, not just for the new year, but also for the rest of your life as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And for the new year, we have specific
that's so
for you.
nice.
Thank you so
You
much.
should explore it. It's
Thank
from
you.
Alana house. It's the fragrance house.
Oh,
Only
okay.
Oh, fragrance.
Yes. Bring
Thank
it to your
you so
country and
much.
remember about the charm.
Of course.
We will. The charm has definitely charmed us in Vietnam.
Okay, and the last
you.
word will be 4. Okay. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I will say 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!